Today we're going to be talking all about some of the knives I was lucky enough to get for Christmas. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Cross and Copper EDC. My name's Carson, and I'm so glad you are here with us today. If you're new here, subscribe, like, and comment one of your favorite Christmas presents. Today we're talking about the 3 knives that I got for Christmas and my thoughts on them. Let's get right into it. I'm going to flip you around and take a close look. Let's do it. So for Christmas, I was lucky enough to receive 3 knives. I'll save one of my favorites or probably my favorite of the group, for the last. But if you come from my family, both my brother and my dad and me love pocket knives. So we exchange knives for birthdays, holidays, and especially Christmas. So we'll go over the Christmas gifts that I got, the knives that really stood out, as well as the knife my wife surprised me with at the end. So we'll go over what my brother got me first. This is my first Petrified fish knife, and this is the Loco. Really cool flipper knife from Petrified Fish. Big knife, very big knife, but great action. This super high full flat grind on this blade. It is D2 steel. See that belt ground finish on that blade. And when I tell you this has some of the scariest action for a huge flipper, it's absolutely a finger cleaver. If you don't get your fingers out of the way, that hair-popping sharp blade is coming back down onto you. This is definitely a full-size knife. Got the really nice lanyard hole right there. Fills the hand great. Excited to test this out. Yeah, it's a really cool knife. Super grateful for my younger brother gifting me this. And like I said, this knife came, let's see if we can zoom in here. It came hair popping sharp. I mean, it is an absolute razor out of the box, and is going to be super slicey with that full flat grind. So excited to try out this Petrified Fish Loco. And I plan to do full reviews after some carry time from all of these knives. So that is the first knife I received for Christmas, the Petrified Fish Loco. Awesome knife. Excuse me. I got a little tickle in my throat today, so I might cough a little bit, so excuse me. Now, this is the knife my dad gave me, and it is the Rogers slip joint. And if I remember correctly, it is called the Venandi. If I mispronounced that, I apologize. But this is a really cool slip joint from CRKT. It is a Jeff Rogers design, if I remember correctly. But super cool patterning on that G10. And I love the pivot as well as the body screws. This is just something different. And I think that's what the knife industry needs, is just some different things. Instead of it being the normal circle, they did some decorative, I guess you would call that modified triangle, maybe, as well as this really cool shield and this beautiful clip point blade. For the price, this thing has some really good walk and talk. Super, well, I'd say it's decently thin. So, excuse me, fits in the hand well. I love that shape of the handle. So you just catch that little bit of the thicker portion right there at the pinky, and you are locked in. This is a really cool design on this knife. Has almost like a light acid wash, stone wash finish on the blade. And again, nice little clip point, or I'd say almost like a trailing point. Maybe that's what it's called. But again, nice half stop for the price. Super cool little slip joint offering from CRKT. And again, the Venandi slip joint from CRKT. This is a really cool one my dad gave me for Christmas. And I love the G10 is one thing that stood out to me. It almost has this micarta look to it, or wood, in how they layered it. Just looks really, really cool with those just different pivot and body screws and the nice shield. So that is the second knife I got for Christmas, and it came from my dad. Now, this knife was a big surprise to me. I'm going to cover it up for right now. So, with the church, we do staff appreciation events sometimes, and we did a Christmas lunch. Well, where we went for lunch that day, there was a pawn shop right next to the restaurant, and a few of the pastors and myself went into that pawn shop after eating just to look around, and I saw a knife that I really thought was super, super cool. And I texted my wife, said, hey, what would you think about me picking this knife up, just to make sure, that was fine. But she never responded, whatever, not a big deal. Texted her back, said, hey, never mind, don't worry about it. Well, I get home, start talking about it, how it looked cool, yada, 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 told her where it was. Well, lo and behold, when I opened my stocking on Christmas, she had surprised me and gone and picked this knife up. And the knife in question is this vintage USA-made Boker slip joint. It's a double blade with a half stop, nice clip point blade. You can definitely tell its previous owner used the knife and sharpened it, but I just really love this design from Boker. Just really cool with these bone handles. Nice shield on it. Pin blade and clip point blade combo. Really good half stop. That's one thing I was very pleased with. I've come to really enjoy a half stop on a slip joint, and this one was probably one of my favorite Christmas presents this year, if not my favorite Christmas present. Just the surprise of it. I love just the classic look and the patina. The patina is great. I love these classic or vintage slip joint knives. It just reminds me of my dad, because he always carries a traditional knife, as well as my great-grandfather, who also always had a traditional knife. So absolutely love this Boker slip joint that my wife surprised me with for Christmas. Just I'll let you get a close-up of that. But fit and finish is decent. There's a little bit of, I don't know what you call that, just imperfection there. But from the research I've done, it looks like this Boker was produced sometime between the 40s and the 80s. So I would say that's highly acceptable for this old of a Boker slip joint. A small knife, but I really do enjoy these classic slip joints. But yeah, so those are those are the three knives I got for Christmas. I got the CRKT Venandi, the Petrified Fish Loco, and this Boker USA slip joint. Drop a comment below of one of your favorite Christmas presents, EDC related or not. And if you're not following on Instagram, Instagram will be linked in the comments, and go check it out. You all go have a blessed day. Happy New Year.